Hello, this is Mazrai, an autistic virtual YouTuber from Malaysia. So for this Gorilla stream, I'm going to explain how I'm going to schedule the games for GCK 2021 in the upcoming month of November. So before I go through the full schedule, so I'm going to explain all these items in the overview tab. By the way, I'm going to share the link just in case you want to have a look at. So, so I'm gonna drop a link. Okay, the link is set. So just in case you want to have a look at the actual spreadsheet. So first, only the games in the mainline list is confirmed for streaming. So far there are 47 mainline titles, and if I'm not mistaken, there are 8 sideline titles. So only the games in the mainline list has live stream schedules. The ones in the sideline list, so at point number 2, games in sideline list will be only streamed as Gorilla streams. However, a 15-minute notice will be given whenever such stream happens. So the games in the sideline list will be streamed only when I have the time for it, and I will only make 15-minute announcements for that. So please check out my Twitter and please allow notifications as to allow notice for those Gorilla streams. So number 3, for games with short game length, the game will be streamed for 1 hour or 3 game cycles, whichever takes less time, but stream time will not be less than 30 minutes. So some of the games that I have chosen for either mainline or sideline titles are mini games or games that are designed to be short. So to ensure that things doesn't get too repetitive, I will only stream the game for either 1 hour or or the stream will end after I completed the game 3 times, whichever takes less time, but I will make sure that all streams will have at least 30 minutes in length. So for number 4, I do not make guarantee that I will stream the game until the end, especially if the game is long or hard. So there are a few games that I did a few test run on, and I found that I stuck at some points. So if I get stuck, I can't proceed. Which leads to the next point. If I get stuck on any point of the game, a start timer will be turned on. Stream will end if 15 to 20 minutes pass without progress. So if I get stuck repeatedly at a certain point, I will use my discretion to turn on the start timer. By the way, it's not a strict clock timer. Instead, I'll just put a start timer tag. The start timer text will be displayed when such I decide to trigger it. Then if 15 between 15 to 20 minutes I fail to make any progress, I will end the stream. So number 6, streaming times may change without notice. However, I will do my best to communicate the changes on Twitter and Razrai. So for any changes, because I'm going to be honest here, I'm still hunting for a job and I might have to go to interviews if I get called upon. So that will definitely affect the schedule, especially have to do it in the afternoon, and I will definitely try my best to make sure that the stream doesn't get delayed beyond November, because that's the month where the streaming contest is being held. But still, I make no guarantee that I can 100% follow the schedule. If suddenly family things comes up or whatever, then the schedule will have to change. I need to say this very clear. So then next up, no part 2 streams for any game unless requested by developer. Okay, so all games will have only one streams. This is to be fair to all the developers and game entries that entered this game development competition. So if I get decided to continue the streaming the game, then I will schedule them in on December. And again, I that the point regarding no guarantee that I will stream the game will end still applies in these continuations, and then I will abandon the game if progress is still impossible. Those who frequent my channel, they know that I do abandon games if I get stuck repeatedly. So that also applies to games in this streaming schedule. So the last one, just a minor reminder, all times listed in this schedule are in Malaysian time, which is UTC plus 8. And I expect that since that GCK2021 is a Japanese student game dev contest, so I expect there will be some Japanese viewers who will come to my stream. So all times listed here are in Malaysian time, UTC plus 8. To convert to Japan time, please add 1 hour to the time in the schedule. So I'm going to revert the Zoom. So here it is. So if you notice, I stream every single day from 1st to 30 November, and on some days I will stream one time, and then on some days I'm going to stream 2 times. So keep this in mind. And then so far these stream links are currently not listed on my channel yet. I will make them public after this stream ends, because I don't want to spoil things yet. So the first game of the schedule would be the Monster Guns, developed by Team Philab, and the waiting stream links are all in. I have all filled out the schedules, live streams. The links are ready if you want to try out the game for yourself. The GCK page is there, but there's one thing to keep in mind: the developers might make changes to the game files, so you might encounter either, because there's a few games, but I'm going to talk that in the next part. So I'm going to show you in case if you want for English. This one is more for English speakers. So if you want to download the game, so I'm gonna wait for the page to load. Okay, so this is the button that you need to click, and then if you encounter this type, you need to select all, and then click this and then click download. So let's check the next one, which is Otodama Monogatari. So normally the download link will show up like this. Just click this button to download or click this. So by the way, since that there's no response from anyone, so these 14 games are the games that I have difficulty accessing, and in fact they would have been, most all of them would have been included in the mainline list, but due to issues of accessing the game, I have to relegate them to a list which is the games with access issues. So if your name came up in this list, please go do the suggest. I even provided fix this problem. So the suggested solution, I have put them here. So if I might do some random checks on these games, if I can download the game in the future, then those games will be included in the sideline list. So let's get back to the sideline list. So only 6 titles, and most of them, maybe except for disjointed, let me double check first. The game, only disjointed is a long game, the rest are shorter games. So let's, I think that's it for this announcement screen. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.